Welcome back everyone to the Sim Racing Show, your weekly dose for all of the things in the world of sim racing. It's another big week in sim racing news, especially if you're a NASCAR fan. And not just in Forza Motorsport, but Forza Motorsport Update 14 is bringing NASCAR racing into the game and some other improvements as well. But NASCAR's also coming to iRacing. We've got footage of a rally game coming, which could be an alternative to EA Sports WRC if you don't like EA Sports WRC. EA Sports WRC is also bringing some big updates as well. And I'm going to give you some other updates from the world of sim racing. But let's start with NASCAR. Let's start with the details of Update 14 of Forza Motorsport. So they're calling it the American Thunder Tour, introducing NASCAR stock cars and oval racing excitement. And they're not just doing it by adding the cars, they're also changing some of the rules and things like that as well. So they're really going for NASCAR. So the cars are the 2024 next-gen NASCAR models. So the Chevrolet Camaro ZL1, the Ford Mustang Dark Horse, and the Toyota Camry XSE. These are also spotlight cars in Forza Motorsport. They're doing rolling starts in multiplayer to give that kind of NASCAR rolling start. Drivatar AI, they say, has been tuned especially for oval racing. So there's better on the race starts as well, trailing and collision response and bump drafting as well, maybe. And they're doing stuff like updating Indianapolis with their NASCAR branding. So it's a proper NASCAR event. I'm going to guess this has been in the works at Forza for a long time now. Remember, they did the endurance update a few months ago that was really warmly received by endurance racing fans. So hopefully this is going to be a similar thing. And I would love to see Gran Turismo do something similar to this, like take a manufacturer or take a racing series and actually just rebrand the game for a month and doing that. Now, the other thing coming with Forza Motorsport, and this is where you can win prizes, is the Logitech McLaren G Challenge is back. Partnership with Logitech and McLaren. The first combination that's been announced, it's a 1976 McLaren M23 at Barcelona, which is very exciting. I'm going to be giving away prizes as part of that. There'll be a video coming out, I think, on Wednesday or Thursday, so keep an eye out. $100,000 in cash and prizes as part of the Logitech McLaren G Challenge. But me, myself, also on this channel, going to be giving out prizes to subscribers, people entering as well. So keep an eye out for that. So beyond NASCAR, beyond Logitech McLaren G Challenge, Forza also saying they're updating other things as well. Light track reflections, more accurate visuals, fixes for corner handling on tracks like Mugello. Remember, there were issues about the curbs at Mugello, and new tuning for AI cars as well. Forza saying they're doing a lot of stuff. The proof will be in the pudding. We all would have hoped, if Forza had come out this year, by the way, with all this incorporated, I think it would have been a much more successful launch. That's just a fact. Now it's coming. Are people going to come back to Forza? You know, people who Forza lost will find out. iRacing now. So NASCAR is coming to iRacing, sort of. Let me explain. So Motorsport Games had the NASCAR license. They lost it. They sold it to iRacing. And iRacing is developing a specific NASCAR game, NASCAR 25. So this is going to come with all the latest NASCAR cars, all the official branding. It's going to use a physics engine from Monster Games, but it's going to include laser scan cars. It's going to be running on Unreal Engine, pros and cons there. And it should be the authentic experience for actual NASCAR fans. If you're a Jeff Gordon fan like myself, you're going to enjoy it. iRacing are making a lot of noise about this. They know this is a potential huge market for them. iRacing has its roots in all oval racing. Motorsport Games just really dropped the ball on this one. This could have been huge for Motorsport Games. The last NASCAR game Motorsport Games did was terrible. So a lot of news coming out of iRacing. They've been releasing some screenshots and the graphics look incredible. I want to just touch on Forza Horizon 5 because they're celebrating Porsche. 4 new Porsche 911s coming and also a track day. So I often get asked, why is Forza Horizon in the sim racing show? Forza Horizon are doing a track day month. So they're doing circuit style racing with Porsche 911s. I find that very confusing personally. Like for me, Forza Motorsport is on track. Forza Horizon is open world, but they're kind of blending it in, which is interesting. So I just wanted to let you know that if you have Forza Horizon, maybe let me know what you're finding about the track side of that in Forza Horizon. Okay, I promised you some rally news. We're going to get on to Drive Rally. Drive Rally is now in early access, and it's positioning itself like a fun arcade-style alternative to EA Sports WRC. It's an indie game. So Drive Rally, retro stages in the US, Finland, Germany, and Southeast Asia. They say it's got responsive but forgiving physics. They say it's easier to slide. You can have more fun sliding around. It's got stylized 3D graphics, and it's got rally cars that aren't officially, but inspired by, you know, iconic cars like the Audi Quattro and the Toyota Celica as well. I call it Celica. Americans call it Kalika, right? I don't know how. Let me know how you pronounce it. $20 is coming in as, so $19.99, $20. Hopefully a little bit of a fun rally game. Talking about more indie sim racing games, Forza Motorsport was released a roadmap last week, and talking about modding specifically. So they want to, they say they want us to really support modding with an in-game mod marketplace, allowing the community to sell their mods. Sounds a lot like Assetto Corsa Evo, which I've been covering heavily on the channel as well. Forza Motorsport, I think people want to support it, but the graphics don't look good. Question marks about the handling as well. So we'll see how this mod approach, is it going to be actually helping the modding community, or is it going to be hindering the mod community because you have to go through Forza Motorsport? I don't know. They have also announced more updates coming. So they're going to be adding 12 cars and 12 tracks between now and the 2026 release, including rallying, drag racing, offline championships, photo modes, dynamic weather, and VR functionality. That's a lot to chew on. I wonder if Forza Motorsport will be a decent game, but Forza Motorsport 2 might be one that we'll be talking about on this channel a lot in 2 years' time. So make sure you subscribe if you want to be watching these videos in 2 years. Talking about a game that's been out for a long time, BeamNG hasn't been a big update for a while. I covered one a few years ago, I think, but now they've been releasing some new stuff, teasing some new stuff about new cars coming to BeamNG, including vintage hot rods. I just feel like BeamNG needs to maybe work with some modders or just start skinning the game to actually be a coherent game. They can do delivery missions, you can do rallying in BeamNG, you can do racing, you can conduct Dakar style stuff. They need to now skin the game for me and make it accessible, because when you go in there, it feels like you're in some sort of like dev environment. Assetto Corsa Open World, so confirming here that the Portugal Open World project for Assetto Corsa is now underway. This is the one with like the mad map, like it's hundreds of kilometers squared map, crazy, currently confirmed for Assetto Corsa, and they say it's going to be in Assetto Corsa Evo as well. It is running through a Kickstarter, and when I watch the Kickstarter, it looks like if you back in Kickstarter, you get money off a subscription. So you still need to pay a subscription. Obviously, developing this costs money. People are used to getting mods for free, but I think we're seeing an increasing professionalism of mods. They've got a stretch goal of $1 million, which they say will enable them to bring the game to bring the mod to PlayStation and Xbox as well. So interesting one there. I'm going to touch on EA Sports WRC, slated the game, but they have now added native motor support finally coming. So I can use something like this incredible, oh my goodness, Lamborghini Ascenso that doesn't have, by the way, it doesn't have magnetic shifters and it doesn't have funky switches, but it might be fun to drive on a rally game. I don't know. And by the way, the Moza update only supports PC and Xbox because currently Moza don't have a PlayStation license. But make sure to subscribe, like I said, if you want to see news on the hardware side coming up. Some very exciting news coming with sim racing hardware. That's the sim racing show. I'm going to end it here. There'll be more next week. I'll see you next time.